YouTube was it's your boy Zell back with another banger video. In this video, Vergil Ortiz and Bakhram Martazaliev are in serious negotiations. Let's get it. It says talks are underway for a fight between IBF junior middleweight champion Bakhram Martazaliev and Vergil Ortiz Jr. The negotiations are still ongoing, but they're not close on the financial side of the discussions. So like they said, that was the most important piece of information. The negotiation is still ongoing. However, they haven't come to a conclusion of who gonna make what. You feel me? And I'm excited. I mean that's all I can say. I'm excited. This all I ever asked for in the sport of boxing. The best to fight the best. I was begging for this fight for about a month. You could probably find 3 or 4 videos exactly like this one talking about this fight to the lead up of it. I was hoping it happened before they even got in negotiations. But now they seriously talking about a fight, and bro, this gonna be a real skillful fight because Bakhram is the IBF champion, I believe. I believe Bakhram's the IBF champion of the world. So that means they both gonna be on a 10-pound rehydration clause. They're both gonna be on a 10-pound rehydration clause. And it's gonna be skills that pay the bills. Nobody gonna have a serious weight advantage. They both gonna rehydrate to the same thing, like what 157. They both gonna rehydrate to 157, and that's it. And it's gonna be a real skillful fight. No big rehydration, no big advantage, just skills versus skills. And it's just ironic because these two guys are the biggest punchers at 54, hands down. Right? I like Terrence Crawford, but he's not a bigger puncher than these guys. Sebastian Fundora, pound for pound, not a bigger puncher than these guys. These guys are the biggest punchers at 154. Bakhram just destroyed Tim Tszyu brutally, and Vergil Ortiz just walked down Israel Madrimov. So both guys beat top opposition in the division, right? Vergil Ortiz, his biggest wins are Kavaliaskis and Israel Madrimov, 2 Russians. Bakhram's biggest wins are Tim Tszyu. Well, that is his biggest one. His biggest win is Tim Tszyu. You feel me? So they both beat top opposition. And made the best man win. I can't predict the winner of this fight. I have a good idea of what it's gonna look like, but I can't predict it. I think it's gonna look like Canelo versus Triple G. I think it's gonna be Canelo versus Triple G all over again. I think they're gonna be head to head, and I think Vergil's gonna initiate, and I think Bakhram's gonna try to counter him. Because what we seen from Bakhram, in his last fight, he a vicious counterpuncher. He reminded me of Ryan Garcia because every time Tim Tszyu would initiate, he would counter Tim Tszyu and use his momentum against him with that left hook. He caught him with that left hook at least twice. But then he got a good right hand as well. So Bakhram reminds me of a big, strong, slow Ryan Garcia. A big, strong, slower version of Ryan Garcia. Vergil Ortiz, we've seen his style many times. Mexican pressure fighter. There's a lot of them in the sport right now. We got William Zepeda, who fights like Vergil. We got Brandon Figueroa, who fights like Vergil. The only difference is they don't have nearly as much power as Vergil. Vergil got power to back up his aggression. Right? He's not just trying to punch you with arm punches. He putting his hips, he putting all his body weight, his whole kinetic chain behind that shit. And that's why he hits so damn hard. But when you fighting a guy who hit just as hard as you, who wants to counter you, what are you going to do? So if I was to favor anybody, it would probably be Bakhram because he can counter. But my only question is he going to be able to initiate, right? Because if Bakhram can't initiate, he gonna have to wait on Vergil, and Vergil could just pick shots. So it's gonna be a tough fight. I really can't predict it. It's gonna be the counter puncher with the big left hand versus the pressure fighter with the big right hand. So it's gonna be a battle of punches, chins, wheels, determination. I can't wait. But it's also hilarious to me how Sebastian Fundora conveniently got out the way when he got a fight scheduled when both of these guys are free. It's so convenient, and he's fighting a guy. The guy might be good. You never know, but I don't know his name, right? I don't know his name. I don't know if he's in the top 15 for the WBC or the WBA or some shit like that. Because we know Sebastian Fundora got 2 of the belts from Tim. Um, I really don't know his opponent. A black dude. I don't know him. I'm gonna have to look up, watch some film of him, see what he look like, see what he fight like. Specifically, I got to see how he does against bigger guys. But these dudes are very good fighters. I think they both can stop. I think they both have the potential to stop Sebastian Fedora. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I'm not gonna argue with you. The best fight, whoever win this fight, I believe is the best fighter at 154. Right? Because Terrence Crawford is no longer a 154 pounder, right? He got the belt, obviously, but he's going to vacate and move up and fight Canelo. So realistically, whoever wins between Tim Tszyu and Bakhram is the best fighter at 154 pounds. No matter if Fundora unified, if he fights one of these guys, I believe they're going to be. I believe they're going to have three belts. Whoever wins this fight is the new king of 154, and that's just my opinion. Um, I believe that they need to just unify. Like they just need to unify as quickly as possible, right? And it seemed like this is a really occurring rivalry in boxing now. Russia versus Mexico, right? It started with Canelo versus Triple G. After Canelo versus Triple G, we got Benavidez and Bivol in serious negotiations. And now we got Vergil Ortiz versus Bakhram. So Mexico versus Russia is looking like it's a real interesting rivalry in the sport of boxing. But like I said, I want these guys to unify because they don't need to be held up like the 135 division with Tank and all those guys, or with the 168 division with Canelo and all those guys. Canelo and Tank are holding up those divisions. That's just my opinion. But this division look like it's moving in a good direction. Look like it's gonna be a unified lineal champ. You hear me? Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the post notification bell, man. Till next time.